Thank you, Governor.
Gentlemen, as you know, our community suffered a terrible tragedy on Friday night when a gunman killed 5 people who were either just shopping or working at the mall. I'd like to call it an unthinkable tragedy, but unfortunately, it's not the first time it's happened. So from the Cascade Mall to Seattle Pacific University, from Marysville to Mukilteo, is this an issue of mental health policy? Is it gun control? Or is it something else? And how would you, as governor, prioritize the solution? And Governor Inslee, will begin with you.
Thank you. The first thing we should say is that in the face of this scourge of gun violence, passivity is unacceptable. Inaction is unacceptable. We cannot give ourselves up to thinking this is a status quo and we're just going to accept it. We have to act. And we have to act on multiple ways. We've got to do common sense gun safety measures. That's why I'm supporting the gun safety measure that will give families protection against extreme risk. It's on the ballot this year. It allows families to protect themselves if they have a psychotic son, to keep guns away from them. It's because we got to move forward, in my view, to have responsibilities so that people can secure their guns and not let criminals get access to those guns. I'm proud to be supported by the Alliance for Gun Responsibility. Bill is supported by the largest gun lobby in the state. We have different views on this. I just don't think that anyone needs high-capacity weapons of war on our street. And we need to improve the mental health capability of our state. And we are doing that. Unfortunately, the mental health system of our state was gutted before I was governor during the recession, absolutely hollowed out. And we have been building that back so that our kids, our husbands, our wives can get the mental health that they deserve. And this is something I think can help gun violence as well. Now, there's things we can do in our schools as well. I was at a early childhood education in Spokane last week. They were teaching kids how to deal with conflict. Now, there's a novel concept, and we got to do more of that in our schools.
Governor, thank you. Mr. Bryant, the same question.
This senseless gun violence has got to stop. Now, I support the Second Amendment. I own a gun, and I support responsible gun ownership. That's why I don't have a problem with background checks or waiting periods, and why the governor and I agree that a family member ought to be able to petition a judge to take firearms away from a mentally ill brother or sister or child. But let's step back and talk about what we're trying to accomplish here. And I think what we're trying to accomplish is, I know what we want to accomplish, is to reduce gun violence in Washington state. And 80% of our gun violence in Washington state is suicide. And then an additional amount is from people who have mental illness. And so there's no way we're going to end this senseless gun violence unless we fix our mental health system. And under Governor Inslee, our mental health system is in shambles. He will blame his predecessor, he will blame the recession. But Governor, you have had 4 years to fix it and you haven't. What will I do? Well, first of all, we've got to fix Western State Hospital, which is a mess. And we need to go in there and ensure that Western and Eastern State are providing the backbone for our mental health system. But we also have to build up regional capacity so we're not just reliant on our 2 state mental hospitals. And we need to build up regional capacity so that people can get services in their own community. That was presented to the governor's desk. Governor Inslee vetoed it. We also need to ensure that we are combining primary and mental health care so that if somebody comes into an emergency room who has a mental problem, we can deal with that mental issue as well. Those are 3 things, as governor, I will do to help reduce this senseless violence in Washington state.
Thank you.
Our next topic is education. As you both know, the state Supreme Court ruled in 2012 that Washington is violating the state constitution for not fully funding K-12 education, the paramount duty of the state.